Hello and welcome back to Fantasy League Score Predictor. And if you are just stopping by for the first time, which you probably are, then don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click that bell. So you'll be updated when we upload videos, usually Monday and Thursday. In this series, we're going to try to beat our top position ever in Fantasy Premier League, which is 13,496, and we're feeling very confident about that at the moment. But we're also going to try to predict the game week scores as accurately as we possibly can. So why not compete against me in both the Fantasy Premier League and the Score Predictor game, which we will see shortly. Okay, just a quick look at how we got on in game week 4. Score of 82 and a game week rank of 161k. Our overall score is 310, and our overall rank in wildcard week went up by a massive 600k to 183,772. I'm very happy with that at the moment. Now, having brought in Lukaku and Ronaldo for game week 4 during the wild card, it wasn't my plan to keep them both, and I can't really see the logic in keeping them both. So the plan was this week to replace Lukaku with Calvert-Lewin, because Lukaku has Tottenham and Manchester City in the coming game weeks. Unfortunately, with Antonio sending off and now Calvert-Lewin being injured and probably until the beginning of October, that left a little bit of a problem with the plan. What it meant was that I couldn't bench Fornals and have to keep Fornals in the team. Now, I'm not too happy about that. And so we've had another rethink. And I don't want to sell Antonio at this point, so I'm just going to leave him on the bench for this week. Now, this new plan will involve taking a 4-point hit. What I intend to do is still get rid of Lukaku, but also I can actually dispatch of Fornals as well at this point. It's a risk, but at some point in FPL you're going to have to take risks. Putting Aubameyang in means that this is a risky move, but with Arsenal's fixtures at the moment, we're going to leave him in there for 3 or 4 weeks and see how he gets on until Calvert-Lewin is available again. So what this will mean is in our 4-point hit this week, which I think I can afford, what we're going to do is replace Fornals with Rafinha, and we will replace Lukaku with Aubameyang. Now, he's not very highly owned, Aubameyang, so yes, it's a risk because we just don't know how confident Arsenal are yet. They will get better as the season goes on, but I'm not sure that this is actually the time that that's going to happen. But their fixture run is extremely good at the moment. So we're going to call this the Aubameyang experiment, and we're going to see how it goes. And we are going to be different to most of the heavy hitters in FPL, and we're going to see if it makes a difference in terms of little green arrows. But this team will not be the finished article. We still have a little bit of work to do in midfield. We're going to need to bring Lukaku back for Ronaldo in game week 7. And we still need to find a way to upgrade Matic to Trent Alexander-Arnold. Now, there is a way that can be done, so follow along for the next few weeks and you'll see how that can be done and still maintain a good presence in midfield. But that's the team for this week, and hopefully we'll have another good week, the same as last week. In terms of fixtures this week, Newcastle versus Leeds. I think there'll be goals in this, and I think it will be a fairly even game. So I'm going to go for a score of 2-2. Wolves versus Brentford. I expect Wolves to just knock them over, and so I'm just going to say 1-0 for Wolves in this game. Burnley and Arsenal, well, this is where I hope that the Aubameyang experiment will work. And I'm going to say that Burnley will lose this and Arsenal will win 2-0. Liverpool against Crystal Palace. This should be a very comfortable home win for Liverpool. So I'm going to go 3-0 for Liverpool in this one. Manchester City also should be very comfortable at home, but with their rotation and habits, I'm not expecting a huge score, so we'll say 2-0. Norwich and Watford will probably end 1-0, but I can't see where the goal's coming from, so I'm going to go 0-0 in this game. And Aston Villa and Everton, I think they're two evenly matched teams overall, and I'm going to go for a score draw 1-1. Brighton, I don't think will hold out Leicester, and I fancy this to end as Brighton 0, Leicester 1. West Ham on another day could probably beat Manchester United, but with Antonio out and them playing Thursday in the Europas, I'm going to just edge Manchester United 2-1. And in the Spurs-Chelsea-London derby, it's always very hard to separate these two sides, no matter what the team. And I'm just going to say 1-1 in this game. And so that's my predictions for this coming game week. And hopefully some of those scores will actually be spot on. You never know. In terms of fixtures over the coming weeks, there are a number of clubs who have some very, very good fixtures. If you're looking for budget players to supplement your premiums, Arsenal have games against Burnley, Brighton, Crystal Palace and Aston Villa coming up. And there are some very good budget players in that Arsenal side. Wolves have some very good fixtures, including Brentford, Southampton, Newcastle, Aston Villa, and Leeds are their next 5. Those are good fixtures. And Wolves have got a number of players in their side worth keeping an eye on. Everton also have good fixtures, including Aston Villa, Norwich, West Ham, and Watford, and they should be kept an eye on as well. And finally, Leeds have some very tasty fixtures coming up, including Newcastle, West Ham, Watford, Southampton, Wolves, and Norwich. So very, very good side to get some very good budget players from. And we'll have a look at what budget players we could be possibly thinking about. But those 4 teams are well worth keeping an eye on in terms of players to supplement your premium players. So on my watch list in defense, I'm actually going to be keeping an eye on Marçal, Semedo of Wolves, James of Chelsea, and Ayling of Leeds, who could be provide an attacking threat over the coming weeks. In midfield, Traore and Trincao. Eventually, Wolves are going to start scoring. It's just a matter of when. And we'll also keep an eye on Mount and Doucouré as a replacement for Gray, possibly, if he suddenly stops playing and he runs out of form. And up front, just need to keep an eye on when Calvert-Lewin is available, because he is coming into my team. And just keep an eye on Bamford. I'm not too keen on Bamford, but if he goes well over the next week or two, then he may well come in for Aubameyang if the Aubameyang experiment fails. So some players, and there are many more, I guess, well worth keeping an eye on over the coming weeks. So that's it for this video. My score predictions are done. My team is selected. And I'm hoping for very, very positive things from this game week. To be honest, though, in terms of FPL, I'll be really happy with a score between 50 and 60 this week, having taken the risk. And but as I say, you've got to be different in FPL if you're going to climb up the table. And that's it for this video. Wish me luck. And if you are new here, don't forget, hit that subscribe button, click the bell, and join us on this journey. And all that remains to be said now is see you in the next video.